Thin Lizzy, the boys are back in town. Really fun song full of really cool riffs. Jump right into the intro here, and this is also the chorus, basically. Same progression for the intro and the chorus. The intro has a little bit of an element here that I'll show you. But it starts off with just an A flat 5, so power chord here at the 4 E, 6 and 6 on the A and D. And you just hit that and you just let it ring. Okay, and this next measure here, it's probably like the bass, but there's this tiny little riff you can do here if you want to be cool. If not, you can leave it out, no big deal. But we do this where we're at the 6 on the A, and then we hit 3 quick 8s and back to 6. And if you want to be subtle with it, just kind of like palm mute it, you know. Okay, hit 8 on the E, and then go 6 to 8 on the A. Okay, it's just a subtle little thing you can drop in there if you want. Okay. Alright, and then we go to the next chord, which is an A sharp 5. So just first on the A, 3, 3 on the D and G here. One measure, and then bring it up to 3 frets for the 4th on the A, 6 and 6 on the D and G for the C sharp 5. One measure. Okay, so all together now, and this is, like I said, the intro and the chorus. Alright, go through it about 4 times. Alright, now we get into the verses, and these are pretty cool because they drop in some kind of like jazzy sounding chords, which is always fun. So it'll start off with just a full kind of A flat here, so just bar chord at the 4. All right, 6 6 on the A and D, 5 on the G here. Okay, one measure. Then we go C minor 7, so 3 on the A, 5 D, 3 G, 4 on the B, 3 on the E. Like I said, this nice jazz chord there. Okay, one measure, and then just up a fret basically to a C sharp. Okay, normal C sharp here. Okay, next measure is a F minor. Okay, so bar chord here at the 1. Alright, and then back to that C minor 7 on the 3rd fret of the A here. Back to the F minor. And now come up all the way up to the 6, bar it, and just do an 8 on the A, and everything else is just barred on the 6. So it's an A sharp minor 7. Okay. And then the last chord, basically just lift that 8 off the A and just bar all 6s. Okay, now it would be like an A sharp minor 11. So, like I said, a lot of funky, cool, chill sounding chords here, but put it all together. Alright, and now we get into these cool interlude sections. They happen a few times throughout the song. And this section here, along with one other section, there's actual 2 guitars kind of harmonizing together. So I'll go through each one for you. I'd say like the first guitar is probably the more dominant sounding of all of them, but there's another one in there that's also doing something. So I'll show it to you both. But this first one, it starts off with this bit here where we're going to be at the D string. We go 6th fret, hit it once, and then we do a hammer on from that 6 to 8 back to 6. Okay. And I recommend starting with the middle finger and using your pinky because we're going to need to get to this 5th fret now on the G string. Okay. And then just come back to the 6 on the D. And then just cut it for a moment there. Alright, and then just repeat that again. Okay, do the hammer on once more. But now, drop in at 8 on the G. And then go to 6 on the D. Alright, and then do the hammer on again. All right, and now we're going to come up and we're going to do 4 6s on the G. Go to 5, 8 on the D, back to 5G, and then end it on that 6 of the D. Okay. All right, so that's essentially that pattern there, but you just need to get it up to speed, so it's something like. Alright, and the second time that first guitar goes through its pattern, everything stays the same, but at the end it just changes a little bit just to like segue back into the verse. Okay, so once we get to our very last section there where we're doing our. Alright, we're just going to hit those 4 6s actually. Alright, but now we do a quick 7 to 6 on the E to lead us back into our A flat power chord here that would start off the verse. So it'd be something like. Alright, and then we would just continue on with the verse there. Okay, but as I mentioned earlier, there is a second guitar that's harmonizing with the first one there during that part, and essentially it's pretty much doing the same thing, just like a set of strings lower. So you could think of it that way. It's a slight difference, but we're doing our same, 6 to 8 hammer on and, pull off back, but we're going to do on the A string. And instead of hitting the 5 on the G, we're going to hit the 6 on the D. So it'd be something like. Okay, and then back to the 6 on the A. All right, and just do that twice. All right, do the hammer on the A. Hit the 8 on the D. Back to 6. Do the hammer on. And now we do 4 8s on the D. To 6. 8A. 8 6 D. And then 6 to A. Okay, so it'd be something like. Alright, and that's, like I said, that's just going right parallel along with the first guitar, making that harmony. And as the first guitar does this, after the second time through, will end that same way where we do our 7 to 6 on the E to the A flat chord. Okay. Okay, a little bridge section here. This throws in a new chord for us. It's a C sharp suspended 4. So basically we just kind of make like we're going to do a C sharp here, normal. Okay, but now we add our pinky to the 7 on the B. And with this, we're strumming it real fast. So 8 strums in a measure. So we're. Okay. Alright, so we do that one measure, and then the second measure, we just lift that pinky and make it a normal C sharp, and strum it the same way. Okay. Alright, and then from there, we essentially just kind of do like part of the verse there to finish it off. So we're going to go to a C minor 7 here that we did in the verse, to the F minor, and then up to our A sharp minor 7 here, bar chord on the 6, to our A sharp minor 11, just lift that ring finger. And now we just throw in an extra F minor at the end. Okay. We go through that a couple times, so all together it'd be like. Alright, and now we do the solo section. It's real simple solo, nothing too wild going on here. But this is also another section that's kind of 2 guitars parallel harmonizing. Alright, so the first guitar, real simple here, we're just going to do 4 on the B for a measure. Go to 1 for a measure. And then we do 1, 2, 4 for a measure. and then 1 on the G for a measure. Back to our 1, 2, 4 on the B. And on first of the G again. And now we throw in a C sharp power chord here, 4 on the A, 6 D, 1 measure. Bring it up 2 frets for the last measure for the D sharp. Okay, so all together. And as for the second guitar, what it's doing there, same style, just in a different spot. Okay, so it's going to be 5 on the G to 1. All right, now we do 4D, 1G, 3G, and then come up to 3 on the D. And repeat that twice, basically. But this will do the same deal as the first guitar. Just do a C sharp at the 4th fret here to the D sharp at the 6th fret on the A. Okay. All right, and we would go through our, verse, chorus, all that stuff. But at the outro here, we make like we're going to do our normal interlude, which we do for the first bit here. Okay, so we're doing our normal. Okay, take that all the way. Okay, and then once we get through it the second time, we're going to end it a little different here, where we're going to go 9 on the B to 8 on the G. Okay, because essentially we're just going to jump up to a new position now. All right, and now we're going to do our hammer on at the 8 on the G to 10, and then back to 8. Okay, and then hit our 9B, 8G. Okay, do that twice. And then, of course, we'll do, instead of the 9, we'll go to 11 on the B. Okay, back to the 8 on the G. Do the hammer on at the 8 to 10 G. And now we're going to lead even to a higher position. So we would end on doing 9s on the E. All right, and then to an 8. All right, so I'll just put that whole section together for you. All right, and now we'll get into our new position. And that basically will be at the 8 on the E and then we'll be bouncing around between 9 on the B. Okay, and we're going to do our hammer on and pull off at the 9, 11, 9 on the B. Okay, and then just go between that 8 and 9 again on the E to B. Okay. Okay, and then we do 11 E, back to 9 B. All right, do our hammer on pull off 9, 11 on the B. And then we just stick with that 9s on the E 4 times to 8. All right, and then we just basically continue that line till the fade out. So. Alright, and yes, there will be a second guitar harmonizing at the outro, but the thing about the second guitar is that it just sticks to its normal interlude section that it always does. Okay, so it's just going to stay right at that 6 to 8 to 6 hammer on pull off on the A string. Okay, the one that it just normally does. Okay, so no big change there. Thanks for checking out the video, everybody. Like it, share it, leave a comment. It's always good to hear from you. Do me a favor and hit the subscription button. I put out a video pretty frequent, so you don't want to miss out on that. Check out the links in the description box below. I have really cool links for tablature books, all the gear I use, t-shirts, fun stuff like that. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.